Okay, picture this. You're on a road trip, it's late, really late. Outside your car, it's just pitch black, and the only thing you can see is what's in your headlights. The road just seems to go on and on and on, and man, you are getting tired. It's right there, in that moment, when you're all alone on some dark, forgotten road, that's where our story really begins.
And that right there, that is the absolute key to understanding one of the most chilling entities in folklore. See, this is a creature that doesn't just hunt you with claws or teeth. Nah, it uses your own mind against you. We are talking about a shape-shifting spirit, a master of deception, known as the Chalava.
So what in the world is a Chalava? Well, the name itself kind of gives it away. It translates to deception or illusion. And that's your first clue that this isn't just some random ghost story. This is a legend about a very, very specific kind of spirit, and it has a truly terrifying purpose.
So, the way the stories go, a Chalava is the restless soul of someone who died out on the road at night. They're stuck in these lonely places, and their one and only goal is to trap other night travelers. It forces you to drive the same stretch of road over and over and over again until you either go completely insane or, well, something much worse happens.
All right, so there are rules to this twisted game. First off, the Chalava goes after people who are already tired and scared. Makes sense, right? They're easy targets. And its power is tied to the dark. Once the sun comes up, it's game over. But, and this is a big but, its most dangerous form is what's called the Amavas Chalava, the new moon Chalava. This one doesn't just mess with you from the outside. No, it gets inside. It finds the weakest person in the group, kills them, and then possesses their body, hiding right there in plain sight.
The Chalava's main weapon isn't brute force. It's way more subtle, and honestly way more terrifying. It's all a game of illusion. It's basically waging psychological warfare on you, creating something called a Brahm, an illusion so real, so convincing, that you literally cannot tell what's real anymore and what's a lie. And its methods are surprisingly consistent. You look at the stories and you see the pattern. In one, a bus full of students gets trapped, driving through the same forest again and again until they stumble into a village that doesn't even exist, where a phantom mob attacks one of their teachers. Then in another story, a group of friends is terrorized by a mysterious girl who keeps appearing on the road and a phantom restaurant that serves them food filled with worms. The goal is always the same: confuse you, wear you down, and scare you to death. But you know, creating fake villages and creepy roadside diners, that's not even its most dangerous trick. Not by a long shot. The true, awful genius of the Chalava is that it gets humans to do its dirty work for it. It turns friends, colleagues, people who trust each other, into enemies. And it follows this playbook, this path to destruction. First, it creates a situation where no one knows what's going on. Then it plants the idea that one of them, one of their own friends, is the monster in disguise. In the bus story, this paranoia gets so bad that the students kill the driver and 2 other adults. In the car story, the friends immediately start accusing each other. All the while, the Chalava just gets to sit back and watch the chaos it created.
So, this brings us to the million-dollar question, right? If this thing is among you, wearing the face of your friend, and it can literally control what you see and hear, how on earth do you figure out who the real threat is? How do you unmask the monster?
Well, here's the twist. The people who survive these stories, they didn't win because they were stronger or faster. They won because they managed to stay calm enough to think. They didn't catch the imposter doing something supernatural. They caught it in a simple, totally human lie.
In the bus story, the reveal is just shocking. It's the quiet, helpful student, Sham, the one who seemed to be guiding everyone, who finally admits it. I am the Chalava. He was the monster the whole time, pulling the strings, feeding their fear, and basically orchestrating their deaths from the very beginning.
And then you see almost the exact same thing happen in the car story. You have this moment of pure clarity where Akshay, the driver, puts all the weird little clues together and realizes his own friend, Adi, the one who had been acting so strange all night, was the one who was possessed. In both cases, the monster was the person they least suspected.
And these are the little details that brought the whole illusion crashing down. Sham said he could drive the bus because his uncle owned a travel agency. But one of the other students remembered, no, his uncle runs a small food stall. A simple lie. Akshay noticed that Adi was smiling while their friends were fighting for their lives, a totally unnatural reaction. You see, these weren't supernatural clues. They were just basic failures in trying to act human. So after breaking all of this down, you have to step back and ask a deeper question. Is the chalava just a ghost story we tell to scare ourselves on long drives? Or is it actually a metaphor for something else entirely? I mean, think about it. The spirit itself didn't physically kill most of these people. It just set the stage. It created the perfect conditions, the fear, the exhaustion, the paranoia, and then it just let human nature do the rest. The real weapon wasn't the illusion outside. It was the darkness that was already inside them. And that's what we're left with. The legend of the chulacabra is for sure a terrifying story about a monster, but maybe it's also a story about how, when we're pushed to our limits, our own fear and suspicion can become the biggest monsters of all. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? When you're out on that long, dark road, is the real danger outside your car, or is it sitting right there in the passenger seat next to you?